All right, Black Power, y'all. We in the house. It's the General Seti. Black at y'all again with this real talk. Y'all know what it is. KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Seti DVDs, t-shirts, hoodies. Got the African and Kemetic fly for the kings and queens out there. Fly. African and Kemetic jewelry that I know you're going to love. Get on over there, check it out, be amazed, and get you some. For the family out there, exclusive live streams, y'all get on over there to my Patreon. Got a lot of fly exclusive live streams over there. I know you want to see. You only can see it on my Patreon. Got a treasure chest. I know you want to crack open and get them gems, them jewels and them gems. All right. And to the family out there, General Seti.com, Seti University. Tons. That's the library, Seti University. My Patreon, that's the lecture hall. You understand what I'm saying? So when you leave the lecture hall, you got to go to the library, the greatest library of African wisdom on the planet at this time. I got so many videos to upload. Goddamn it, I need a video, a super load. You understand what I'm saying? So make sure that you get over there and join GeneralSeti.com, Seti University. Make sure you subscribe to both my YouTube pages, General Seti YouTube page, Sarasun Seti YouTube page, and also King Seti, where I got the elders on there now. I got the master teachers. And so y'all want to watch what the general watch, then you can go on over there and check out King Seti YouTube page and get that work. Today, we extending, you know what I'm saying, into the Greek mythology, where they didn't hid all the African, the greatness of Africa, which they so honored, you understand, in the earliest of their times, when they was just coming up off them knuckles and them knees, you understand what I'm saying? And they saw the greatness, and they came to Africa, and they said, God damn, what is this? You know what I'm saying? And they said it like they supposed to, Cash App General Seti, period. General Seti. You feel me? And they witnessed the strength of our people. They witnessed it, and they called it like it's supposed to be. Now, I dealt with Memnon, I dealt with Andromeda, I'm just beginning. I'm gonna tie it all up. You understand what I'm saying? Just give me time. I'm working right now. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of the family out there, they didn't kidnap Circe. You understand what I'm saying? And Circe is a Greek. They consider her a minor goddess because her father was Helios. Okay, the sun. That's very. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna tie this shit up, y'all. We're gonna bust heads today. In the coming days. She was the daughter of Helios, who was a titan, not a god, a titan before the gods. And he was the titan of the sun. Okay? He was the titan of the sun. Now, her brother, Aetes, as you see right there, that's her brother, and he was the king of Colossus. Now, I just read, if y'all didn't see it, I'm going to read again, where Herodotus says that the Colossians is an Egyptian race. And I got Circe up there, and they clearly show her to be Ethiopian. Now, you're going to get them other ones where they going to try to put some Caucasoid up there. But I'm giving you firepower today. You understand what I'm saying? to shoot that shit down. Now, come to find out for my family out there, and like I say, you know, when the general get to opening up shit, I opens up the doors. I don't just, you know, and I don't hear nobody that's really speaking to this to tie it in. I see the Memnon videos, they ain't tying that shit up because their mind ain't expanded far enough. See, I already know volumes of shit, so when I hear something, I already got, you know, damn near 20, 30 different doors to open up. Like, damn, I already know. Okay, now I understand this, that, and the third because I already knew a lot of information. Now, people talk about Memnon, he was an Ethiopian. Okay, now people didn't know, you know, they wouldn't have known to connect Colossus to the Egyptians. They wouldn't have known that. They don't even know what the fuck Colossus is. Let me bring Colossus up. Let me bring Colossus up for the family. Because her brother, Iates, was king of Colossus. They say, well, what the fuck is Colossus, Seti? We don't know nothing about no goddamn Colossus. Where's Colossus, Seti? Make us understand this shit. About to get you together right now. I'm about to get you together right now. So you see right here, and I'm going to bring you a bigger picture so you can see. Now this is Colossus. And you look over there, that's where Jason, the mythology of Jason and the Argonauts. If you want to watch that, you can. So you can get the historical understanding of it. And that's why if you go back and see shit that I'm doing now, it's all tying in. Because if you watch the movie of Jason and the Argonauts, hear me out, go look it up, you see Orpheus. Orpheus, he's the god of music. You see what I'm saying? He's the god of music. And on that movie, if you get the newest Jason and the Argonauts, they show him as a black man. Go look it up. Go look it up. You see what I'm saying? And so they, Jason and the Argonauts, they was on a voyage to retrieve the golden fleece of the ram. You understand? Now in Greek mythology, if you look up the golden fleece, it's like the Holy Grail. You understand what I'm saying? It's like the Ark of Covenant. Anybody who has the golden fleece is damn near invincible. You see what I'm saying? And so this is it. So this is the land of Colossus. Now I'm gonna go over this quickly. If you was on the last broadcast on Sarasun Seti's YouTube page, you're on General Seti's page now. And I'm about to give you the work. Because we're going to read some things so you can understand what this means. Okay, let me get it right here. Here it is right here. Okay, we in the house. All right, I got you. See? Now, we just seen where Colossus, and Colossus is where? Colossus is where modern day Georgia, right up under Russia. You see what I'm saying? Right up under Russia, actually behind the Caucasus Mountains. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I say they ain't even Caucasians, because we control that goddamn part of the land. You understand what I'm saying? They farther back behind the Ural Mountains in Russia. And so when you see where it's located, and it was minerals, they were mining over there. And so that means they control what today they say Istanbul, Constantinople. The Africans was there tens of thousands of years before Constantinople. The Egyptian Ethiopians had already colonized. In that area right there, they crossed over and went into Europe and crack many heads when they had to. This was one of the routes that they took. They would come up down through what today is known as Israel. In the Bible, it was called Canaan, but it was just another extension of the Ethiopian Egyptian Empire. They would cross over in today what they call Turkey, and they would come through the Bosphorus. And a matter of fact, let me drop that so y'all can see the Bosphorus, so y'all can understand this shit. Because y'all know I'm a master, I'm a grand master in geography. You know, I live and eat and sleep that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to show y'all the bigger picture. So, you know, and I'm going to tie this all in future video because I'm going to tighten it up till I get the supreme one. You feel me? So here we go. So now you looking at the Mediterranean. You see what I'm saying? And so you see Egypt control every fucking body of water. The Ethiopian and Egyptians control the whole of the Mediterranean. And they also control the Aegean, which I'm going to bring up closer. You see right there, I showed you the bigger picture. You see what I'm saying? But now I'm going to show you the more up close. And so they control the Aegean. They control the Aegean. And you see right here that there's a strait right here called Dardanelles Strait, which leads to the Sea of Mamre, and which leads to the Black Sea. Now you see this little area in there, that little strait right there. They call that the Bosphorus. You see what I'm saying? And this is how many times the Africans crossed over through there and went over there and cracked heads when they had to, because this was the furthest extremities of the empire. And yes, it was African first, but then these vagabonds start, you know, in hordes start coming down. And so they would have to go up there and defend their colonies. And then eventually, you know, it became almost, you know, where they couldn't, because the hordes had came down in there. And so what you are seeing, how did they come into Egypt? You got to understand the wars took place here first. And then it, you know, over thousands of years, it was pushed to the doors of Egypt. You see what I'm saying? But they fought them up there first. You understand? And when the hordes became too large for them to send an army up there, then that shit was taken over. You understand what I'm saying? So you see right there, and let me come down. You see the little red line? That's the Bosphorus, the Strait of Bosphorus, and that's how they crossed over. You know what I'm saying? Went right on into Greece and cracked their motherfucking head when they needed to. You see what I'm saying? And so in doing that, they controlled the whole Black Sea. You understand what I'm saying? And one of the great colonies was Colossus, okay? And so when I explain that, y'all understand how that happened. Let me get back on down here. Now, what do Herodotus, and I have to back it up every time. I don't want nobody to say, how do I believe that is African? This is Herodotus, the so-called, let me get back on. I'll leave it up there. The so-called father of European history, who wrote some manuscripts, supposedly wrote some manuscripts around 450 BC. And this is what he says about the Colossians. He said, listen to me now. And this ain't the one that the best rendition. I like the George Rawson because he used clearly words that are more powerful, that bring it all the way home. It says, this is what Herodotus said. For it is plain to see that the Colossians are Egyptians. Now listen, and what I say, I myself noted. So this wasn't some shit that he had heard. When he saw, he said it to himself. He said, God damn, these is Egyptians. And he said, I myself noted before I heard it from others. When it occurred to me, I inquired of both peoples, and the Colossians remember the Egyptians better than the Egyptians remember the Colossians. The Egyptians said that they considered the Colossians part of Sesostris' army. Now, if you want to know who Sesostris is Senusret the first, a king in the 12th dynasty of Egypt. So that's the Middle Kingdom. Okay, that's the Middle Kingdom. Now listen, I myself guessed it partly because, see, now in this rendition, it says dark skin, but the correct interpretation was black skin, probably because they are black skin, broad nose, thick lips, and woolly hair. Now that's what Dr. Ben stated. You see what I'm saying? They took all of that out. You see what I'm saying? Though that indeed counts for nothing, since other people's are too. And that only means that all the area was black. But certain, particularly everybody ain't got the same traditions. Even though we got similar traditions, the Colossians traditions was evidently Egyptian. You see what I'm saying? And so it says, but my better proof was that the Colossians and Egyptians and Ethiopians are the only nations that have from the first practiced circumcision, and that the Phoenicians and all the rest of them learned it from the Egyptians. I'm gonna sum that up at the bottom. So now if the Colossians, hear me out, we're gonna talk now. If the Colossians are black skin and woolly hair, hear me out, and Circe, let's get back to Circe. Is the sister of the king of Colossians. We see why on this Greek base, they show her as an African. You see what I'm saying? I'm tying it together. You see what I'm saying? It says Odysseus, and they even show his ass. You understand? And so what they try to do when they got these vases right, they talk this shit about black figures and shit. They want you to believe that this is just a style of art. That's how they lie and shit. That this is a style of art and that they just black because the background is tan. And so we tying it together. You see what I'm saying? Now, this vase is supposedly 425, 375 BC. Okay? BC. And they found it at Thebes, Bodia, it's in the Ashmolean Museum, University of Oxford. Okay? That's where it's at. It ain't in Seti basement. You know how when niggas argue, they always go get some shit. They don't back that shit up with no real receipts. So they got this shit sitting right in there. And so, and this is another one to back it up. You understand what I'm saying? We ain't just got one. We backing it up. You understand what I'm saying? That they show her all the time as being an African woman. And that, again, her brother is and her father is Helios, the son. And so we already know that that's Ra. We know that it's Ra. Okay? And this is the critical thing. Now, this is why I had to bring Helios up. You see what I'm saying? Now, I want y'all to listen to me now. Do y'all know Helios? Now listen, Helios the Titan is the father of Circe. Now Helios' sister is Eos, E-O-S, and she's the goddess of the dawn. She's the goddess of the dawn. Helios is the Titan, and I guess she might be a Titan too. He's the Titan of the sun. Now Eos, listen to this, is the mother of Memnon. Right. You see what I'm saying? Eos, the mother of Memnon, the Ethiopian, great warrior, king of Ethiopia, his mother and Helios is brother and sister, which makes Circe and Memnon first cousins. Say what? That's right. Memnon and Circe is first cousins. That's right. And so you see how not only you tying Ethiopia to Colchis, you understand, because Circe's brother is the king of Colchis. Then you got Memnon, her first cousin, is the king of Ethiopia. And Herodotus has already stated that the Colossians are an Egyptian race. We tying it up today. You see what I'm saying? So when you come down, you see it says, listen to this. The immortal, they call her a witch because they want to call her a witch because they know she was African. She was an enchantress. She had that medicine. She was mastering the herbs and the potions. And so anything that they want to call her a witch, okay, was daughter of Helios. She was carried by her father in the chariot of the sun to settle the Tyrrhenian island of Aea. Okay, Aea. Now, I tried to find that you got many different, and so I'm gonna bring up a map where they could. But before we even do that, so I can, I got to show y'all Memnon, and so I show you Memnon, and he's, this one, you can see he's African, just like Circe. You understand what I'm saying? So here's some statues of Memnon, and I got receipts. I brought receipts with me. You know what I'm saying? So you see, Hypertherian, and these was great titans, and his wife Thea. You understand? They gave birth to Eos the Dawn, who was the mother of Memnon. You got Selene the moon, and you had Helios the sun. These is the brothers and sisters. It remind me almost like Osiris, Isis, and Nephthys. You see what I'm saying? And so when you come down, you see Helios. Can you see it on there? Yeah, you can. You see Helios gave birth to Circe, Aeetes, and that's all that really mattered to me at this time. So you can see that Circe and Memnon was first cousins. They was first cousins. So that right there is bringing it all to full, circle that, this whole area that we know of today as, Asia Minor. Now, let me ask y'all something, because I'm about to drop some heavy shit. Let me get up here. I need my maps. I gotta get my maps. Matter of fact, that's a good map right there. Let me use this map. I'll use this map. You see what I'm saying? I'll use this map. Now, I'm just using these stuff. That don't mean this. I just want you to get the geography out of it. Now, when you go in the Bible, I'm gonna talk to y'all because we just did Andromeda, and Andromeda and Perseus is the mother and father of the ancient Persian race. And I did their genealogy, and they come from black titans and black gods. Back it up, God damn it. So Perseus, if you look down there, what they call ancient Persia is Elam. And then you go in the Bible, and they say that Mesopotamia was founded by who? Nimrod the Ethiopian, Nimrod the Cushite. You see what I'm saying? And Assyria was also of his civil. And so if you go all the way to the top, to Colossus, and where the fuck is an Arab at? How the fuck did they get past all of that goddamn, all them African nations to establish some Arabia? You didn't get no Arabs in there until after all of them African nations have fallen. You see what I'm saying? The majority of them fell during the time of Alexander. The Arab came in after goddamn Alexander. So all this ancient Arab and people's always talking about some ancient Arabia and all that garbage and shit. Ain't no Arabs in there. And so this is why we got them most definitely, because that's going to destroy all that Arab shit. You see what I'm saying? Going to destroy that. Do you feel what I'm saying? And so let's get back to Circe. Let me get out of here so I get my bearing. I had to do that. Now, you know what? Let me calm down. Let me get back to where I want to be. All right. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now, when I tried to find the island she was on, some stories say it was closer to Colossus, but you got other traditions would say that Aia is on, if you see number 7 over here, that it's this little island right here next to Italy. It's so small you can damn near, I got my arrow on it, and right there where you see Aia, the little dot next to it, you understand what I'm saying, is supposedly the island that Circe was on. You see what I'm saying? And she was great. She was able to transform people into animals. You understand what I'm saying? She had a lot of potions and shit that supposedly make motherfuckers just fall into trance, forget where they at, and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? And so they're doing that shit today. Shit. You know what I'm saying? All type of, but you know, this is what they say about it. But any African woman or any African man of greatness, they're always gonna spit fire on them any goddamn way. Now, if she was of the Ethiopian and she was on the other side of Italy, that proves even more so that all the Etruscans, they got, and I started to put some on today, but I can't, it's so much information. I'm going to come back, in a couple days and back that up. I'm going to tighten this shit up even tighter. You see what I'm saying? So it show you that that's why the earliest civilizations of the European continent is closest to Africa. There's no goddamn doubt about it. Because the Africans came across the Mediterranean and they went into the islands first. They didn't just go to the mainland of Europe. You understand what I'm saying? They actually was in the Aegean and they was in them islands. That's why George M. James say, shit, mostly what they call the Greek philosophers, even though we know that they never existed, but the stories say that they come out the islands in the Aegean, that they didn't just come from the mainland. They came out the islands of the Aegean, which was a stronghold of the Egyptian mystery system through the, Troy and all that just show you. And then when you tie it in to, the early Christianity, it didn't start in no goddamn Rome. It took place over there, Constantinople, which was earlier African land. And so it was already African stronghold over there. It was already Africans there, and they already had, schools of African learning that was there because Africans was not that they was teaching no goddamn European. They had African population there. And so they had schools of African knowledge that was there educating the Africans. You see what I'm saying? So many of the motherfuckers that they claim to be a Caucasoid is actually African. And when you understand that, you understand what I'm saying? We can cut out this fallacy that Africans taught some goddamn European. They didn't teach them shit. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't teach them shit. What they did is that if they, through conquest, you understand, then you might got a couple of them teach a motherfucker alphabet, this, that, and the third, but they didn't get the ancient wisdom. You see what I'm saying? Because after they conquered Egypt in around, 300 and, I believe 22 BC, it wasn't long after that where Greece and Rome fell. You understand? As a city, the fall of Rome, it wasn't long after they closed the mystery system. It was less than, I believe, 100 years. If you look up when I believe it was Theodosius who closed the mystery system, like in 390 AD, he closed the mystery system, and damn near 60 years later, Rome fell. And goddamn it, from that point, the seat of all knowledge in the Roman Empire was at Constantinople, and it was there for damn near 1,000-some years. Rome was unheard of until Constantinople failed. So all that Roman Catholic shit that they trying to talk about, some Peter, and they got popes from Peter all the way up to the modern pope, is a goddamn lie. The seat of Christianity was in Constantinople. The head of the church was the head of the Hagia Sophia in Constantinople. And that's what was, again, an ancient seat of African knowledge, and that's who was feeding their ass at that time, because they had been conquered. You know what I'm saying? And it was still, our revolutionaries that wouldn't give them the ancient wisdom, but they gave them enough where they can get them up off of their knuckles and their knees. You see what I'm saying? Just enough to get them from up off their knuckles and their knees, and gave them a goddamn, this is how you put a religion together. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's where you see the transformation of Serapis into Jesus. They created Serapis in Memphis, Egypt, under the Ptolemies. You understand what I'm saying? And then they took it to Constantinople and come down. And this is where you're going to have, matter of fact, where's them, hold up. Let me get to them ecumenical councils in what today is what they call Turkey. Here you go. So when you start talking about Chalcedon, Nicaea, the Council of Nicaea, Ephesus, you know what I'm saying? Ephesus, and damn near similar to Epaphras, which is black. You understand what I'm saying? So you see, now it's starting to come together. You see what I'm saying? This was a seat of the mystery system long before they got there. Go get the Stolen Legacy and look it up. You see what I'm saying? So we understand again. Let me get back to Circe. And I need to show this. Because when they say that, I need to show this. When they say that the Egyptians was black and woolly haired and the Colossians, they know exactly. I want nobody to, they try to say, oh, that's a figure of speech. Motherfucker, get out of here. That shit kill me. And they got enough, they don't show family this. They show you and so I like that. That's a comparative study. You see what I'm saying? So when they say black skin and woolly hair, they don't mean the motherfucker on the left. They know exactly who they talking about. Because you got the comparative study. You understand? So when they say, oh, it wasn't no motherfucking figure of speech. They knew exactly who they was talking about, because they made thousands upon thousands and thousands of statues and paintings of these black-skinned, woolly-haired Africans. You understand? These are just a few. You understand what I'm saying? But just to let you know that they know exactly who they talking about. You see what I'm saying? And so let me get back on down here to Circe, who is, in many respects, when you talk about the power, that the only, you're talking about an enchantress. You see what I'm saying? She was the most powerful in all of Greek mythology. Now, another thing that need to be brought up, because I got to bring, the receipts. You understand what I'm saying? Because we need them. Colossians was also the home of what? The Golden Fleece. And the golden fleece of what? The ram, which is what? Sacred to Amen. So see, now we tying this shit together. You see what I'm saying? We tying it together now. So not only do we got the Greeks saying that the Colossians is an Egyptian race, not only do we got, great figures in the mythology that's connected to Colossians being depicted as Ethiopian, African. Now we got the golden fleece, which is a ram sacred to the Egyptians in Ethiopia, sacred to the great God of the new empire, the new kingdom empire, Amen. Amen. Okay? Okay, now when you take the golden fleece, hear me out. See, you got to have the teacher that's gonna peel back the allegory now. Wait a minute, and tell me I'm a lie. Now we know Circe and Iates, who is the king of Colossus, and Iates is the guardian of the golden fleece. You see what I'm saying? So you know Helios is the sun, right? And then when you take Helios, which is the sun, and you combine him with the ram, what do you get? Let me show you what you get. This is what you get. You see Helios, the sun? You see the ram? Let me take that down. You see the ram? We're going to work out, baby. We're going to work out. You see the ram? You see, and I'm going to show you and it's guarded, they say, by a dragon. That the fleece was guarded by a dragon. And so when I show it on, you see it's a serpent. You see, they show you the serpent. That's the serpent that's guarded the golden fleece. So you see right there, you see the ram, you see the dragon, which is a dragon is only the winged serpent. Before was the dragon, it was the winged serpent. That's Quetzalcoatl. You understand? You see the flying serpent all through, the Naga Kush. You understand? Which is India and over in those extremities. And so it all tied together. And so the golden fleece was a symbol of authority and kingship. It was a treasure of spiritual enlightenment and immortality. It was the Greek Holy Grail. And again, like we said, it was guarded by a dragon. Now, I don't even want to, because that's going to take me deeper and deeper into, to the, an area that's going to take way more time than I need. So I just, right there, I didn't tie right there. And I ain't heard no motherfucker tie it. Memnon, Circe, and Andromeda. And like I say, a high tie Memnon to Andromeda, that Herodotus says that Susa, which is the capital of Persia, from Perseus and Andromeda, was the city of Memnon. And he went into that, just like he's seen in Colossians, he's seen Ethiopian images as gods all over the walls in Elam. So that damn, them damn pale Arabs over there claiming to be Persian. Yeah, you can be a Persian, but you cannot be an ancient Persian. You can be an Egyptian today, but you can't be an ancient Egyptian. See, when you put that ancient on it, it means African. It's synonymous with African. So you can't just say Persian. You can't just, even though it's out the Bible, we using it because people gonna connect it to geography. You understand? We had African names on, but so you know where it's at. I'm saying Persia, which is modern Iran. In the ancient, I don't even know about Elam. You understand? They got all these fucking names, but it would have been in modern day Iran. Mesopotamia was in Iraq. So it was being ruled by Ethiopian people. We backing that up today. And why do I state that? Because the ancient boundaries must be reestablished. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying this just a motherfucker, You understand what I'm saying? Just, for the sake of the, no. When you go into the goddamn art of war, you understand, you got to understand the terrain. And not only just the terrain, the historical, political background of the terrain. You just don't go into some shit. So we must look upon this globe and establish what is ours based on fact and history. And there's a reason for everything. You understand what I'm saying? It was reasons why, first and foremost, it's ours. First and foremost, and so there was a reason why those northern colonies had to be maintained. And for whatever reason, they were not maintained to the extent to keep them motherfuckers back up in there. And when we did not maintain them northern, extremities of the Ethiopian colony today that they call the Middle East, it ain't no middle. That land is what they say Asia is Kush Minor. It's Ethiopia Minor. That area you understand what I'm saying? Because it's just a little piece, but it's, it's connected to Africa, but it's sitting off a little bit by itself, but not so much that there's not the interaction with the homeland. So that's Kush Minor. You see what I'm saying? And we got to say what it is. Those nations that were originally in that area were African, as I've shown. So wasn't no Arabia, wasn't no goddamn Israel. Only reason why I use them stories, because they do verify that Africans was in the land. And once I establish that, and I don't need the rest of that shit. I don't mean for you niggas to just watch the movie Troy until you fall out and go to sleep and shit. Nigga, get the historical significance. See where they whitening this shit up. When niggas ganelling, we got the facts. You see what I'm saying? And that's what the great debate, where old Lefowitz, Mary Lefowitz had wrote that sick book, Not Out of Africa, because they know we got the facts now today and that we can nail their ass to the cross. So family, this is just the beginning. You understand what I'm saying? It's just the beginning. We're going to tie this story together because I got more. I got a lot more, and I got to tie it together, and I guarantee you, as we move forward and we get deeper and deeper into these videos, I guarantee you so much information will become clearer and clearer to you. You will master the references that you need to go to back this shit up, and I want you to. I want you to master these references, and I want you to master the connections, which I don't hear niggas out there make. You can go watch them all. I guarantee you, you will not hear the connections. And that's what we need. You don't just say, oh, Memnom. No, make the whole connection. It's just more than Memnom. It's more than Memnom. You understand what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of them that's Ethiopians. And we need to make these connections so when we tie it up, it's a wrap. You can put a bow on that motherfucker, it's a wrap. You understand what I'm saying? And so, family, thank y'all for being here today. I'll be black real soon. Okay, make sure y'all get over generalseti.com. Make sure you get on over there, kingseti.com, online marketplace, fly information, DVDs, t-shirts, jewelry over there. Make sure you get over there to my Patreon now, because I'm going hard tomorrow on my Patreon. I'm going to show you how I take it up a notch. And you say, God damn, you're going to take it up a notch. Take it up a notch. Get on over there, become a patron today. Any tier going to get your ass some information. Guaranteed. I feed all my family. All right, family, this is the General Sarah Susan Seti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power. But time will get with you, God's son. I'm gonna call you tomorrow. Black power.